Mia, aloha. What's new in Hawaii?
Hawaii is amazing. There's so much to do. I went snorkeling today, and you should see all the different plants and flowers. Look!
Oh, that would make a great painting.
I'm sending you tons of pics, Sam. I swear, plants can grow anywhere here. The beach, the rainforest, the mountains, even underwater. I don't know how they do it.
You'd be surprised how well plants can adapt to different environments so that they can survive.
Plants know how to adapt? What do you mean?
Well, okay. When you went snorkeling, you had to put a mask on and breathe through a tube, right?
Yeah? How else would I be able to breathe underwater?
Right. When you put on the snorkeling equipment, you were adapting so you could survive underwater. The mask and breathing tube were adaptations. Plants adapt kind of like we do. An adaptation is a change a living thing makes in order to fit into its environment. For us, it's easy. We can adapt in a snap, just like you did when you went snorkeling. But it takes a little longer in nature. Plants learn to adapt over time.
Well, the plants I've seen must have done some serious adapting. Look at the ones I saw underwater.
Underwater plants like those adapted their leaves and stems to be flexible, so they can bend and flow with the water.
And look, this coconut was floating. Isn't that cool?
The coconut is actually a seed. By floating, the seeds, or coconuts, can move around instead of just sinking down to the ocean floor.
And this water lily was floating all by itself. How does that work?
Water lilies and other plants that float have air spaces in their stems. This adaptation helps them stay afloat.
That plant floats better than I do.
Looks like it. Hey, let's see the pics you took of the rainforest.
Oh, yeah. Look at these flowers. They were so bright and colorful, but they grew super close to the ground.
That's another adaptation. Bright colors and the low location attract birds and insects that help pollinate the flowers. That's important, since there's almost no wind at the rainforest floor to carry pollen away.
I never would have thought of that. And what about these? They're so pretty, but the guide said they were poisonous.
Well, some plants need to protect themselves from animals or bugs that might eat them. That's probably what the poison was for.
Wow, these adaptations are so smart.
Adaptations are smart, and they're necessary for survival.
What about these? The leaves were huge and super slippery. Is that an adaptation?
It definitely is. It gets pretty dark on the rainforest floor, so those huge leaves make it easy to catch as much sunlight as they can. They're super slippery, so the extra rainwater slides right off.
Seems like plants can adapt to almost anything to survive.
Plants need water and sunlight to survive, but their adaptations certainly make it easier for them to live in tough places like the rainforest, underwater, or even in super hot or cold places like the desert or the tundra. If plants didn't adapt, they wouldn't be able to survive.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I am certainly adapting to the Hawaiian lifestyle.